911, what is the address of your emergency? Tell me exactly what happened.
I came into my room and my husband, I think he died. I think he's on the floor. I know he's on the floor. I think he's dead.
I don't know what he did. I don't know.
This is 51-year-old Heather Fernandez. Moments earlier, she had walked into her husband's room and faced a nightmare. Robert Hoare was lying lifeless, stabbed to death.
He actually came in here and he was on the floor.
When deputies arrived, Heather told them a chilling story. She claimed his injuries were self-inflicted, but it didn't take long before they began spotting holes in her story.
Sketching me out, she said that she took his shirt and jacket off and now she can't find it anywhere.
What deputies didn't know at the time was that he wasn't hurt on the floor, and Heather had been right there, part of it all. As the investigation began, detectives uncovered a carefully planned murder and a tragic conspiracy, with Heather at its center.
Babe, wake up, honey, please wake up. Honey, please wake up. You can't do this to me.
If you want to try, I can give you CPR instructions.
No.
Okay, so then what happened after that?
And then he said, that's when he was like, it hurts. I was like, what are you talking about? It hurts.
Everything I've seen, it's from what I'm seeing, I don't think this is self-inflicted.
You think I did this?
On November 29th, 2020, around 5:30 a.m., Farmington police got a 911 call from a panicked resident crying for help from the 700 block of South Ivy Avenue.
911, what is the address of your emergency? Tell me exactly what happened.
I came into my room and my husband, I think he died. I think he's on the floor. I know he's on the floor. I think he's dead. Come on, honey, wake up. He's cold. He's cold.
Okay.
Come on, Robert, wake up,
Is
babe,
he
wake up.
awake?
No, not at all.
Is he
Cold.
breathing?
No. Come on, babe,
Do
wake
you
up.
think he's
Babe, wake up.
beyond any help?
Yeah, I just get here.
They're headed that way. Do you think he's beyond any help?
Yeah, I do.
By
Come on, babe, wake up, babe.
By
Babe, wake up.
sending someone to assist you, please let
Babe,
me
wake
leave
up.
everything
Wake
as
up.
you found it.
Babe, come on.
Her behavior began to reveal her true intentions. She didn't ask for medical help because she knew he was already dead, yet she acted like she was trying to wake him, as if he were only asleep.
Come on, babe, wake up.
If you want, ma'am,
Yes.
if you want to try, I can give you CPR instructions.
No.
But if you think he's beyond any help,
Send somebody now, please.
ma'am,
Hurry.
they're on their way. What is your name?
Heather Hofer.
Heather. They are
Yes.
headed that way, and I'm going to stay on the line with you until they get there, okay?
Okay.
Has he been sick?
Well, he injured himself
When was this?
this evening.
How did he injure himself?
He got mad. Babe, come on, babe, wake up, babe.
How did
wake up.
he injure himself?
He cut himself.
How did he cut himself?
With a knife. Babe, wake up, honey, please wake up. Honey, please wake up. You can't do this to me.
Heather, if you think he's gone and there's no help, I need for you to walk out of that room and leave him alone, especially if you think this is going to be Are you telling me this is a suicide now?
I don't know.
Okay.
She acted like she was trying to revive him, but why did she refuse to perform CPR? At the very least, she could have tried. That refusal alone raised a red flag for the officers. They rushed to the scene, working fast to figure out what had just happened.
Where is he, ma'am? Keep the door open, we have an officer coming.
Yeah.
Ma'am, did you see what happened?
No.
2497.
Where's the blood coming from on him? On his chest?
And I fell asleep on the couch and I
watch out. He's gonna check his pulse.
He's cold.
He's cold.
Cold.
When did you last see him?
About 3. And I can't get this now. And
That's a puncture. That's a puncture. That's a puncture. Yeah.
The first officer on scene found 49-year-old Robert Hoare lying on the floor. 3 deep stab wounds to his chest had pierced his lungs and severed his coronary artery. The injuries made it clear he had died before help arrived. With Robert unresponsive, officers turned to the next critical step, figuring out what had happened. They quickly began collecting evidence and turned to question the only witness, Heather.
I got out earlier. We were hanging out in his computer room, and he wanted to hide. I made him hide, and then I brought him to bed. And he's like, it hurts.
His chest?
And I took his shirt off, and I don't know where I took it off, and I tried to clean it.
It's okay. Do you want to have a seat for me?
And then
Do you know what he cut himself with?
he said one of the steak knives, but I couldn't have.
Yeah.
How old is he?
49.
49.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's okay. Man, we're gonna assist you out to the living room, okay?
What happened?
Take some deep breaths.
I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I don't know what he did. I don't know.
It's okay.
We're going to have somebody come and look at him, but we're going to try and move him to a more accessible place right here, right outside the door.
You should have tried moving him when you're 4'11".
What's that?
You should have tried flipping him over when I'm 4'11".
Oh,
He
yeah.
was laying on his. He was on my computer, face down,
Okay.
and I rolled him over, and then he's cold.
Officers grew suspicious after spotting a flaw in Heather's 911 call account. Still, given the chaos of the moment, they considered the possibility that she was in shock and her memory unclear. But, unknown to the deputy, Heather would soon give more misleading statements, making her story even harder to believe.
Does he keep his knives in any drawers or anything like that, ma'am?
No.
And do you know if it was in here where he ended up possibly hurting himself, or what had happened exactly, Heather?
Yeah. Well, we were going to bed, and he was like, it hurts. And I put him in bed, and
And is there any cut marks on him at that time?
I didn't notice any at that time, and then I went a little later, and he was like, it hurts. There was blood on his, and I was like, of course I said dirty words. What the did you do?
Did this happen whenever you were moving him on your shirt? You have some of this. Some blood.
I'm sure it happened when I moved him. Or when I took it off of him and I cleaned it up.
He was wearing a shirt.
Yeah, and now I can't find it. He was wearing a shirt and a jacket.
So, with all that said, and I'm just going to kind of warn you ahead of time, they're going to probably collect your shirt and take pictures of you and your hands. Just because
I didn't do anything.
It's okay.
Listen,
It's just procedure.
part of their
I didn't do anything.
And I just wanted to warn you ahead of time. They're going to get you. I don't want you to be surprised by anything that happens, okay? Their investigation is going to be very thorough. And they're going to ask you questions and just kind of try and get a timeline to get there. We do need to find the shirt. We do need to find the jacket.
I was looking for that.
If we can touch as minimal things as possible.
She claimed that before going to bed, Robert had complained of pain and was bleeding, but she never called for medical help. She admitted to removing his bloodied shirt and jacket, items that could have been vital evidence, yet now said she couldn't find them. At first, the scene suggested possible self-harm, but as the investigation moved forward, the evidence began to tell a very different story.
So I put him to bed.
What time was that?
11 midnight.
Is this before or after the pie? Before? After? Okay. So he wanted pie.
Yeah, who doesn't want pie?
Well, I love pie.
Come on, miss.
So you warmed him some pie.
Right.
Okay. And then he ate the pie.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he went to bed about 11 or midnight. That's about as far as you and I got earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what happened after that?
And then he said, that's when he was like, it hurts, it hurts. I was like, what are you talking about? It hurts. And I saw blood on him. And I took his shirt off, cleaned it up.
And you came to check on him, Heather? Could you hear him in there, or were you in there with him saying it hurts, it hurts?
I was in there.
Had he been asleep prior to saying anything, or was he kind of awake still?
He was awake.
In one of her statements, Heather said they had been hanging out in the computer room before going to bed. She added that Robert mentioned feeling pain before sleeping, implying he may have been injured there. But the blood evidence told a different story. Most of the blood was found on the bed, not on the floor or anywhere outside the bedroom. This strongly suggested the incident happened while Robert was already in bed. That key inconsistency raised serious concerns that Heather might be hiding critical details, prompting officers to dig deeper.
And I cleaned it up. I didn't think it was that, I really didn't think it was that bad. Because the steak knife, you really can't, I didn't, they're not even like,
Sure.
and I didn't notice any of them missing or any of that, so I was like, and I woke up at 3 and checked on him. And then I woke up a minute ago and he was on the floor. Because I was asleep on the couch.
So you had been in bed with him when he was saying it hurts, it hurts?
No. I mean, I was kind of, but I wasn't going to bed yet. It wasn't,
Right, were you laying down in bed with him though?
No.
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 And at 3 o'clock, what was it like at that time?
Like that? I mean, not cold.
But he was in bed.
He was in bed and he was coherent and he was,
So then you went back to sleep on the sofa again?
on the sofa. Yeah, because he peed. Sorry.
He peed in the bed?
Yes.
Is that normal for him?
No.
No?
I was mad. Sorry, bad words.
Yeah.
Truth comes out. I ain't laying in a piss bed.
So then, right before you called us, you went and checked on him again.
And
then
he was on the floor.
He was on the floor. Okay.
He was face down. He was on the laptop, the school laptop, face down. And when he goes to sleep, he's cold anyway. And so, but when I rolled him over, there was puke
And he was lying on the floor or lying on the bed?
on the floor.
Does he have a history of suicidal tendencies? Has he ever hurt himself before?
Not with me, no. These are the steak knives.
Okay, we'll check him. We'll take a look at him.
I didn't see any of them gone.
No.
I don't see any of them missing.
Heather claimed that Robert had used a steak knife to harm himself while she was elsewhere in the house. But when officers checked, none of the steak knives were missing. And Heather confirmed they didn't keep knives in any other location. This implied the knife had to come from the kitchen, yet all those knives appeared clean. Later, blood traces were found on one of them. If we accept her version, Robert would have needed to take a kitchen knife, stab himself with enough force to cause fatal injuries, then clean the knife and return it to its place, all while gravely wounded. That scenario seemed highly unlikely. On top of that, the autopsy revealed wound patterns that were not consistent with self-infliction. All of this pointed to someone else being involved. Trying to make sense of it all, deputies began comparing notes and quickly noticed some alarming patterns.
I know he's big. He's gonna need your help.
He's coming in.
Okay.
We might have to call detectives.
Yeah, I will.
Deep puncture, deep puncture. to be puncture. I didn't see it. They look superficial because there's no blood coming out. But after we moved them, we saw that.
We're just gonna secure the scene and call detectives, and then they're gonna get some information from you, okay, Heather?
What's that? Yeah. Yeah. And that one. Yeah.
You guys can just close the door.
Okay.
They look equal, so we're gonna find out, okay?
Given the facts, officers began to suspect that Heather wasn't as innocent as she appeared. The next step was clear: bring her to the station for a formal interrogation and uncover what she might be hiding. Heather was transported to the police station and placed in an interrogation room while detectives reviewed the evidence gathered by deputies. She had no idea yet, but this interrogation was about to take a turn far worse than she could have imagined.
I have some concerns, all right? One, you guys are saying that there was no, this is out of the blue. This is coming out of left field, right? Or
Yes.
coming out of right field.
It's coming out of crazy.
And
Crazy talk.
there was no indicators prior to this,
No.
okay? You said you're a school teacher for about 7 years?
Yes.
Do they make you take like first aid and stuff like that as a teacher?
Yes.
CPR and first aid and stuff like that? Okay. How often have you had to take that?
Oh, it's been a little while since I've had to take it.
They usually do it like every couple of years though, like when it expires, they have you renew it and stuff like that? Okay. So, I mean, if you had to do it every 2 years, you've probably done it at least, maybe been through that course at least 3 times since you've been a teacher, right? Okay. Do you remember anything about what they teach about like lacerations and wounds and stuff like that, and wound care and everything like that? Not really?
Well, you know, when you're in that, I just... it all gets lost.
Yeah, okay.
It all just got lost.
Okay. So, I'm a little concerned as well with why you first see his injuries and then don't do anything.
I didn't think they were that bad. I really don't. They didn't look deep.
Okay, but he's
No,
complaining that he's hurting
Right.
prior to bed.
I didn't see him when he went to bed. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
And okay,
Do
but
you know what I mean? I did not see him.
right,
I
you didn't see the
his
injuries before
shirt
bed, but you
cut
hear
or
him.
anything.
Yeah, but you heard him complain. He said he was hurt, his chest hurt.
Yeah. But he gets like that when he gets his migraines.
Right.
And,
So that's
you know,
that's
there's-
understood. But then when you went in the next time, and you find out that he had stabbed himself, or according to him, he said he stabbed himself.
But I thought it was just, you know, like a cut.
Uh-huh.
Because I think in his past, he was a cutter.
In the meantime, deputies spotted another major flaw in Heather's story. She first claimed not to see any wounds when removing Robert's shirt, then later said the wounds didn't look deep.
When he went to bed, how come you didn't just go to bed with him and lay down and like look at do your social media and Facebook there in the bed? How come you didn't go to bed with him?
Well, because I have ruined many pairs of glasses laying down on my phone or reading a book, and I just got these.
Okay.
I just really wasn't ready to go to bed.
Okay.
How's that for an answer?
It was clear she hadn't told the whole truth, so the detective kept questioning her, hoping to uncover the real story hidden beneath all the lies.
That's some of the biggest concerns, is that his body's been manipulated in some form or way. The weapon that was used in this has been manipulated in some sort of way. I don't think you're a bad person. Okay? I can tell in your eyes that you're
But you think I did?
a good person, but things are not adding up. I think you have more to tell me,
I
right?
don't have anything else to say. I have nothing left. I've told you all I have. I have nothing left. Nothing.
Okay. One of the things we have a responsibility not just to you and to your husband, to make sure that we do this correctly, but we have an obligation to his family too.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And honestly, I just want to know. I want to know what happened to him.
I do too.
I think you do know. Honestly, I think you know what
I
happened.
didn't do this.
And if you do know what happened, let's just hear me out. I think you know what happened, and
I did not do this. I did not see this happen. I did not do this. I'm not a bad person. I'm not.
I mean, it doesn't make sense.
He's 6'3".
Mhm.
How would I be able to hurt him like that?
I don't know, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Everything I've seen, it's from what I'm seeing, I don't think this is self-inflicted.
You think I did this?
I have not. I haven't come out and said that to you.
Okay.
But if he didn't do it to himself, somebody did.
It was clear Heather's statements didn't match, and the evidence told a different story. To strengthen their case, officers gathered more details from neighbors. One next-door neighbor reported hearing a man and woman arguing between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. on the night Robert Hoare died, while Heather claimed she was in another room at that time. Nearly 5 years later, the truth finally caught up with her. On April 1st, 2025, police arrested Heather Fernandez Hoare. She didn't resist, perhaps because deep down she always knew this day would come.
Are you okay? You have an arrest.
Put your hands behind your back, Heather.
What do I have a warrant for?
For homicide. You have the right to remain silent. Any statements made by you may be used against you in court. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you free of charge. You have the right to consult an attorney.
Can I
before-
call my mom real quick?
Yeah, hold on. You have the right to consult an attorney.
You guys really had to arrest me right in front of the kids that I work with.
Well,
Come on,
We
guys.
waited until the school got out,
No,
ma'am.
but I still have kids in the cafeteria.
Other than this, how's your night going?
Fine. It was good. It was actually great. I have the best job. I live my best life.
Once again, Heather was escorted into the interrogation room, but this time everything had changed. No longer just a suspect, she was now a marked criminal. Heather knew every word could be used against her, every sentence a step closer to conviction. So she chose silence.
you know why you're here?
Just no.
Okay. So the last time you and I talked was back in 2020. This has to do with your husband,
Yes.
Robert.
Yes.
Okay. So we've completed our investigation. It took some time because we had a lot to process. But our investigation, from what we have, we know what happened. Okay. And this is your opportunity to tell us the truth about what happened, okay? Because what you told me last time, none of the evidence that we processed matches with what you're telling us. So I know what happened to Robert. I just don't know why it happened to him. This is your time to tell me why.
I'm gonna need an attorney.
Okay. All right. We'll get you up to the jail then.
I wanna cry.
I'm not gonna try to make you cry.
I wanna cry. I wanna scream. I wanna throw a fit. I'm scared.
Yeah, I know. It makes sense. And it's not my job to make that worse right now for you.
Oh, I know.
So I'm gonna do my best not to.
Okay.
Ready?
No, not really.
Relatively.
According to the Farmington Police Department, Heather was charged with second-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Notably, she was a third-grade teacher at McCormick Elementary School. Despite the incident involving her husband, She continued teaching and remained in the classroom until her arrest. Afterward, her profile was removed from the school district's website. The exact motive remains unclear, but investigators found heated text messages between the couple, mostly arguing over money and Robert's past relationship. At the time, Robert was unemployed and Heather was supporting both him and his children. The two had married in September 2020. Tragically, Robert's life ended just 3 months later in November 2020.